The following portion of Mass Appeal is sponsored by A.W. Brown's Pet and Garden Center.
Now that you have gotten so excited about adopting a pet, you need to get all the right supplies. Now, this little black friend here is not a live dog. It is a stuffed animal. I'm here with Annie Wheeler, the general manager of A.W. Brown in East Longmeadow, to talk about the important things you need to have at home when you bring that either adopted pet or that fostered pet home. Annie, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, we're so glad to have everybody here today. It's a party here.
It is a party here, but it's a fun party. It's a pet party.
Absolutely. So yeah, after you've adopted an animal from one of those fabulous rescues that we've talked to, stop by here, and we would love to help you get set up for everything that you need, from your collars and your harnesses. We can help you think about food and what was going to be a good food mix for your dog, toys, treats, all the good stuff to spoil that new friend that you have in your life.
You know, it's funny. You talk about the collars and the harnesses. Even if you're not a dog owner or a cat owner and you just want to celebrate pets, you can also pick up a pet planter. I love this. Was to the side. I had to grab it, Annie. This is fantastic, because even if you're a pet lover, maybe you can't have a pet, but you want to celebrate pets with maybe a fern, right?
Exactly.
Or a mum. It's that time of year.
It might be a little easier to take care of, if you're not ready for a pet, taking care of a plant could be a little bit easier.
You've never seen me take care of plants. Moving right along. But there are so many important things that pet owners need to have. Collar, reflective collar, leash, to make sure your pet stays close by. But it's also nutrition too.
Absolutely, and that's a huge piece of the puzzle, and we are more than happy to chat with you for as long as you need to help you figure out what's going to be the right fit, to talk about transitioning from one food to another. If you have a puppy, maybe you have an older dog, what's their activity level? Do they have allergies? There's so many pieces to that puzzle, so we're happy to help you.
You talk about transitioning from one food to another. I know when I've had, with my dogs, tried, to switch food, it doesn't always agree with them, and it's not a pretty seat.
Yeah, it can be a little bit tough. So we always recommend you having some of the old food, transitioning slowly over a couple of days. Really listen to your pet, watch your pet. If they're having some digestional upset, be cautious about it. Just think about, the process. There's also, you can always mix in some canned pumpkin or sweet potato. That helps settle the stomach too. So that's one of the number one things I send folks home with once they come in with a new pet or they're transitioning food at all, is some canned pumpkin, because I keep it on hand all the time for my dog just to be safe.
We've talked a lot today about dogs, but here at A.W. Brown, you have cat items. You have items. I saw one of your staff members walking around with the hay for the hamsters and the guinea pigs.
Absolutely. So no matter what pet you get, we're here to help you. So we have all of our small animal items as well, and we have fabulous team who will help you answer questions about birds, reptiles, small animals. We've got tons of expertise in this building, and we are more than happy to help you figure out what the perfect setup is for you.
Here in the facility, do you have live animals? Do you have animals for sale that folks, maybe they want to start small and work their way up?
We do. We have small animals. So we've got rabbits, we've got hamsters, we've got birds, we've got reptiles, and we take a lot of pride in making sure that our animals are really well cared for. And we want to make that connection. So make sure that you're going to be connecting with your animal in the same way.
And one of the most important things you pointed out earlier was that you have a very knowledgeable staff to walk you through that process, because whether you're a new pet owner or an established pet owner, you're going to have questions.
Absolutely, and we're here for, we've heard it all. We're happy to help you solve any problem, and we're all pet owners ourselves too. So I can talk really specifically about big lazy dogs who like to chew, and I would be happy to recommend things that my dog likes, and that's because we care a lot and we want to make sure that you're getting something that's going to work for you too, or even something as simple as fitting a harness. Your new dog might be different than your old dog, and you need help fitting a harness. Bring your dog in, we'll help you. We'll get it all fit. We'll get it taken care of. Figure out what you need. We're happy to help.
Most important question is, how do people find you? Online, on the street, driving around? How can people get here?
So we are located at 144 Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And if you want to find us online, we are at awbrown.com. We also have our Big Fall Festival coming up in a couple weeks, which actually we'll be back with you next week to talk about more specifically, but we're super excited. That's on September 21st.
That certainly sounds like a fun time. Folks, we've covered a lot of ground today talking about pets, not only how to adopt, how to foster, how to care for them, but most importantly, the supplies that you need when you do adopt or foster, because you don't just show up. You've got to have all of that stuff at home when you bring that pet home. I want to thank you so very much for joining me for this conversation and for hosting us all today. It was absolutely wonderful. You guys here at A.W. Browns are wonderful to work with. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're so glad to have everybody here today.
The preceding portion of Mass Appeal was sponsored by A.W. Brown's Pet and Garden Center. For more information, visit awbrown.com. Some content in today's Mass Appeal was paid for by A.W. Brown's Pet and Garden Center.